Well, it's full speed ahead here on Wednesday as Nebraska continues preparations for their road game at Ohio State. Hi, Sean Callahan here for Husker Online as we talk to several of the offensive coaches and really just the challenge this Ohio State defense is going to present.
Just that their depth at every position, they're athletic, they're big, they got speed. They're very similar to Michigan in terms of their coverage. They're going to get up in your face. They're going to press you on the outside. They're not going to give you anything easy. And so, they didn't play well against Purdue, but that's not the team we're gonna play. And so, we've got to be ready for a good defense.
The pass rush, just like you said, they're really talented. They're really well coached. They're a disciplined unit. So, you put all of those qualities together, and you've got to be ready to go. You got to be prepared.
They've had an off week, and they obviously didn't have a very good taste in their mouth. So I'm sure there was a lot of Oklahoma drills and physical stuff for them. So we expect that they're going to come out with their hair on fire, and we got to be able to be ready to match the intensity because they're going to come out swinging. There's no doubt.
And one of the big things they're going to bring at Nebraska is a lot of press man coverage, which is going to be a test for these Husker wide receivers.
We got to be ready to go. We got to show up, and we can't get fazed by the stadium or the Ohio State. We got to go out there and play. And we got to start fast. We've got to be aggressive. We've got to have a mindset. It's going to be a battle. I told the receivers earlier in the week, just like Michigan, it's going to be a physical game on the outside. And when anybody puts their hands on you during the week, knock it off. Girlfriend, knock it off. Mom or dad, knock it off. Friend, it's one of those type. It's the mindset you got to have. And so we definitely are going to make it a point to start fast because if you get behind 10, 14, 21 points against these guys, it's going to be a long day. So we've got to start fast.
Yeah, it's press man, and they do a great job of it, and we've been working on that all week, and like you guys know, they're talented.
As for the offensive line, just matching up to the pass rush of Ohio State will be one of the biggest keys.
Like I said, those guys are very athletic. They're really good with their hands. They're quick. They do a really good job of rushing the passer. So certainly we have our work cut out for us, but it's a challenge that we're excited to meet right now.
And like any game, running the football is going to be something very important for Nebraska on Saturday.
They do some different things. Their D-line is very athletic. They can really run. Their linebackers get downhill and they do different things. So we have our work cut out for us, but we're getting better each week, and so for us, we have to keep working on our execution piece. I think we're more prepared to go into a game like this compared to a few weeks ago going up to Michigan. So, but hey, at the end of the day, you flushed last week, you move on to this week. We're playing a great team, and so we kind of see where we're at, to be honest with you.
Another big key this week for both sides of the ball is just communication and handling the noise that they'll face in the horseshoe.
It's a great atmosphere. It's a great competition to go against, and I just can't wait to go back out there with my brothers and compete.
The emphasis on communication, whether we're playing in front of the 100,000 at Ohio State or whether we're playing somewhere else with not so many fans, even at Northwestern. How about that? With more fans, with Nebraska having more fans than staying in Northwestern. There's always a big emphasis on that, and no more emphasis, this week than any other week. Now there'll be a little bit, different cadence and those things, but certainly the communication piece of it, that's a day one deal.
Flashing back to a week ago, we saw Noah Vedral take all of the second half snaps at quarterback. Verduzco broke down what he saw.
Oh, yeah, he did okay. At least in terms of evaluation, the things I look at and all those sorts of things, he did fine, So apart from all of the other sorts of things you see when things are happening, it would have been nice to maybe have had him one or two series with the first unit. That would have been fun. I think that is obviously a characteristic that comes through when a kid like Noah is maybe playing with the second group, so to speak, and all that sort of business. It's more difficult.
As for who the number 2 quarterback is this week, neither Troy Walters or Verduzco would give an answer on that.
Like I'd mentioned last week, whether or not it was going to be Andrew or Noah was going to be Coach Frost's decision. He wanted to make sure that Noah got some reps, and we had a plan to get them all in the second half, and we just ran out of series, So they're battling right now. They are.
And finally, Nebraska's coaches can't talk specifically about recruits, but there is a lot of momentum right now for the Huskers on the recruiting trail. They got Bryce Benhart's commit over the weekend, Javen Wright's commitment on Wednesday, and many think that 4-star running back Wandell Robinson will make his commitment to the Huskers on Thursday. And Ryan Hell just talked about where this program is at right now on the recruiting front.
Well, I think kids are seeing that we're getting better, and they see what we do schematically is something that is fun to play in. I think the relationships that our coaches build with recruits is very good. The passion that we have. Obviously, Nebraska sells itself in terms of what we have. I mean, when a kid comes to a game and sees 92,000 fans going crazy, you're not going to beat that anywhere in America. So it's us working very hard at it, and our players do a good job when they're hosting them, when they come up on visits, and they see the potential. Would we like to have a better record right now? Of course we would. But I think everybody could say that we're getting better, and we're fixing the things that have been shooting us in the foot. And recruits really are starting to see where their opportunities are, because this is a great place, whether it's a Nebraska kid as a walk-on or these scholarship kids that have a chance to come in here and get in the mix right away, because we're going to get this deal done. I promise you.
Huskers will hold a walkthrough practice here on Thursday before departing to Columbus on Friday. With the Huskers here in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan of Husker Online.